This video is about AI misconceptions and really misconceptions about technology in general. And I just see this over and over and over again. I see this with regards to full self-driving and AI and other technologies. And I want to point these out right here. And this comment is right on point. It gets all three of these all in one. And so I thought it would be interesting to go ahead and just really quickly talk about like these. There's three main kind of areas that I would classify, at least what I'm seeing right now. I'm sure there's other types of misconceptions, and expand on them. Number one, like basically if it can't do it now, therefore it can never do it. I see this a lot with full self-driving. There's a lot of people that are like, just because they're like, it doesn't do it now. And the implication and the way they take the conversation is, therefore it's bullshit. Somebody is saying that Elon Musk has been lying this whole time about full self-driving. No, I don't think he's been lying. I think he's reaching and he's trying and he thinks he's close, and it's just a harder problem to solve than he thinks. But at the same time, it's gotten better. I did shoot a video on this, and while there are definitely some issues, it's getting better. Actually, the last update recently did improve it quite a bit. There's still some room for improvement, but just because it can't do it now doesn't mean it can do it in the future. And actually, it's really funny. He used it up to tens of times. It made me kind of think that this was a little bit of a joke. Maybe this is a joke. About a month ago, and I don't know if it's improved since then. So actually, GPT-4 has come out since then, and it is much better. It is much better. So it's definitely improving, and it's a little baffling to me why more people don't assume improvements, not necessarily linear improvements, or it's always going to improve, or it's going to be this awesome thing all the time. But especially with something like this, it's going to get better. It's not perfect, but it's going to get better. So the other thing that this guy is mentioning, where did it go? That no smart human would say. I would definitely give a lot of pushback on this. The second misconception is it's not perfect, therefore it is bad. Again, in the full self-driving one, there was somebody who said, I was referring to the comedian. He said something that was just really, I think he doesn't understand statistics or something, or he didn't fully think about it, which is, he was saying in 4 months of full self-driving since they released the FSD beta, there were 10 deaths. Well, and he was like saying that like, see, it kills people. But at the same time, is like, what if you take the non-full self-driving, you put the same amount of driving hours, how many deaths are there? Maybe there's 1,000 deaths. Isn't that better? So this is sort of like a naked numbers or like a no context thing. And so humans make mistakes all the freaking time. And give irrelevant answers, they misunderstand. So setting the bar at perfection is just a recipe for misunderstanding and for dismissing things that are actually really valuable. Again, he goes in here, it gave me the wrong answers. Humans give wrong answers. But again, he's also, GPT 3.5 was substantially worse. More precisely, GPT 4 is really good. It's much better than GPT 3.5. So, Jong-Hoon Sin, go ahead. Try GPT 4 if you can. And it should give a much better answer, especially at like exam questions, but also its logic and reasoning is far better. It kept giving wrong answers. It does have hallucinations. This is an issue, and I think it's improving. And again, look at item 1, which was that just because it gives wrong answers now doesn't mean it'll continue to do that. And I think GPT-4 has already significantly improved on that, and that it doesn't hallucinate as much. Okay, so the final one, which I did cover in a separate video, but it's just it has to do with AI specifically and not just technology, which has to do with the aggregating and mimicking what humans have written on the internet. The implication here is that, and some people explicitly say this, therefore I can't create something new. This is not correct. It's correct. This is one of those things where there's a lot of the BS out there. A lot of the things that are really dangerous are dangerous because there's some grain of truth to it. So in some way, it actually does just aggregate and mimic what humans have written on the internet. To some degree, that's true. At the same time, it can create new things. Just look at what it's doing with like protein folding and all sorts of stuff in the medical field. It can create new things from those patterns. It can another way of looking at it is it can extrapolate a pattern into areas far away where a human would ever have gone. or mix together two different patterns that humans have never thought to mix together. There's almost an unlimited amount of possibilities here. But there's another point here that I think is that I just can't say enough about this, which is even though it is just technically just kind of aggregating and mimicking what humans have said, that doesn't mean it's not actually doing something valuable, and that doesn't mean that it actually doesn't become something else. That at some point, with enough aggregating and mimicking, it actually becomes something different, something that isn't just an aggregating and mimicking. And I would challenge anyone who thinks this to actually go to GPT-4, try GPT-4, and try to actually, have some complex conversations with it. It does a really, really good job of that, and it feels very much like a real human. If you look at like the original Turing test, it passes Turing tests. GPT 3.5 passes Turing tests a lot of the times. GPT 4 just plain passes it. And so at that point, like, does it really matter? Additionally, we don't really understand how human brains work. How do we know that it isn't, to some degree, just aggregating and mimicking? Some people say, well, humans can create new things. Yeah, so can AI right now. AI can create new things. If you don't think AI can create new things, I think you need to do a little bit more research on what it's capable of. So this is not to say AI is perfect. It can do everything right now. Maybe there are some tech bros out there that are just like, oh, AI can do everything. It can everything for you right now. No, I don't think that's true, obviously. And even when it gets way more powerful, I still think it won't be able to do everything, but it will be able to do a whole lot. And I think taking these three major misconceptions, or having the attitude of this guy, I think, maybe he's like a computer science programmer or a student or something. I would say that he's doing himself a disservice by dismissing it. It is kind of dumb in some ways, but so are people. Some people are much smarter at certain things than other things. That doesn't make them necessarily, like, smart people can still do dumb shit. And so can ChatGPT and OpenAI, but it is improving very rapidly. And so let me know what you think. Maybe I'll put a reply into here with this video, the link to this video. Please like if you like this. If you disagree with me, or if you think there's other misconceptions, please leave a comment below. I'm happy to discuss it with you. I'm happy to be wrong, because I'm human, and humans are wrong sometimes. We're not perfect, but I'm improving. And I do aggregate and mimic what other people do and try to put my own spin on it, or mix two things together. So in a way, maybe I am an AI. You never know. Maybe this is all an AI video. Maybe you can tell me if you think I'm a bot or not. Anyway, have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye.